AD obviously stayed in the game. Again, an alley-oop dunk right after it. But do you know what was going on with him and how he was able to stay in physically?
We'll get an update on that, but I think it was an ankle thing. But he was able to keep playing. But we'll have an update on that at some point.
Got it. What's your takeaway from this game? They obviously take a lead early. You're able to cut in a little late in the second half, but what do you think was the reason?
Probably have a few takeaways, but I would say if there's one thing, we just need to start the game with a little more just pride defensively. We talked this morning about, this is a much different team, obviously, than last year. And they play really hard, and they try to get up and down, and they try to move you in the half court. And I thought our effort and just fight in the second half was really good. That third quarter defensively was, I think in some ways just a blueprint for what, it wasn't perfect, but it in terms of effort was really good.
JJ, you used Cam in the rotation starting the second quarter. What were you looking for from him with that adjustment? What did he provide for you guys tonight?
Exactly what Cam did, just a defensive presence, somebody who was willing to fight.
Change or an adjustment that you expect to go past tonight in terms of him being in the rotation?
He certainly, earned some trust tonight, but we'll obviously evaluate tomorrow and see what Wednesday looks like.
JJ, you mentioned pregame that transition defense was the top line item for your group entering tonight. Obviously, you mentioned that the improved defense in the second half. What did you see in terms of how you guys adjusted to them attacking you in the first half and how you shored that area up specifically?
That our effort to get back, even after a miss, was better. Thought our physicality was better. Our shifts were better at times in the second half, just, loading the basketball. But, they started the game and played that way for four quarters, just really physical on both ends. And we matched that in the second half. And it took us a bit in the first half to match that level of physicality.
You don't have a ton of time with your group before you joined us. Just what was the general demeanor, and how do you think they're taking it being 1-3 on this trip so far?
We're all disappointed.
JJ, it seemed like, especially early against Cleveland, when you guys would try to get into your motion actions, their physicality in your half-court offense would knock you guys off of routes and different things like that. Detroit did similar stuff. How can this group, do you just have to meet force with force when that happens? What's the adjustment that didn't happen in those two games?
I thought we adjusted tonight, but I think, people talk about physicality on defense a lot. Physicality on offense is just as important. That's screening. That's, using your body to get open. That's using your body to make an entry pass, off the dribble. You have to be very intentional about that, because it can be not only disruptive, but it can be a little jarring if you're not ready for it.
Next question.